everyone. This is CogCast episode number 13. We made it.
13?
We made it to 13. Some say that's unlucky. I say it's lucky.
It's a lucky number.
It's a lucky number. I'm with one of our fan favorites, Domino Thomas.
Hello!
And then I'm with another guy who always gives me crap because we've done two, and I've never posted any of them.
By the way, I was the original
Eric Clark. He was the original guy. And we might get that original story later. But I'm with Domino and Eric.
Hold on.
Lovely. This is the first podcast recorded not at my house, my town. It's at a different place. So
Where are we at?
I don't know. What do you guys call this place?
We call it Casa Derico.
Derico?
Casa Derico.
Sounds like a canceled CBS show.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right. Anyway, so we're going to start out on kind of a sensitive subject. The Manchester bombing was a terrible tragedy, right? Everybody knows that. So Kim K, and you guys can look at the screen. The people at home will not be able to see the screen. She posted a tweet that said, "Concerts are supposed to be a place where you can let loose and have fun. So scary to not feel safe in this world." At Ariana Grande, I love you. And it's a picture of her and Ariana Grande in a crowd. People clamored for her to delete the tweet. I'm asking you why. Why would she delete this tweet?
Well, it looks like it's saying that she made it about herself, but Ariana Grande is in the photo.
Yes.
So she was hanging out with her.
And concerts are supposed to be fun, a place where you can let loose. So
I don't think that she's making this about herself at all.
But people went after her. Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian deleted the tweet, then re-said, "I'm praying for everyone in Manchester. This is truly so senseless and heartbreaking." And then Stephanie Sidley said, "Kim Kardashian, we're never going to forget what you posted, an inappropriate pic, and made the hashtag Manchester bombing all about you.
I feel like that's...
Screenshots are forever." How is that bad?
I don't think it is. I think
it's
that's
not.
So they're trying to twist the tables on Kim Kardashian because she was obviously just making a tweet. I mean, and how heartfelt can fucking tweets be nowadays? People think they are. They're like, "Oh, I posted something and I'm orchestrating a movement or whatever," but they're really just posting 145 characters of the same thing that we're all feeling.
The picture literally shows somebody taking a selfie with Kim Kardashian at a concert.
With Ariana Grande in the background.
Right. How many other people in this world have never done the same exact thing?
And you know what it is? It's this whole social justice warrior movement where if someone does something that's a fraction out of line, we want to give them the death penalty.
Of course.
And
because it's Kim Kardashian.
Anything can be in bad taste. You can you can spin anything to be in a terrible light, or how could you say that? How could you do that? There's nothing wrong with that tweet. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that picture.
No. How many people tweeted about her being robbed at gunpoint in France when she was there, or in Paris?
Yeah, and got publicity off of that.
Right. Yeah. I think it's because it is Kim K, and she's always under the limelight and being scrutinized. I mean, that's her choice by living that way. Anything that she posts, if it's not something that's going to fix the problem of terrorism, then she's going to probably get backlash for it.
I mean, and this whole scenario has caused two sides. There's one side that's the 5% that thinks it's okay to joke about it. I saw one meme that said Ariana Grande concerts are the bomb. And there was an explosion in the background. And you know what? I'm going to give him where it's due. Yeah, okay, there's a hint of humor there, but can you not wait a few weeks?
Not even tasteful.
Can you just wait it out?
I mean, there's a lot of horrible jokes that can be made. Yeah. But, I mean, coming from Orlando, where we alone have experienced such a horrible tragedy.
Right.
Not the same, not the same context, but a tragedy is a tragedy. And I remember when the whole Pulse shooting happened, I remember specifically London, and a lot of nations were having huge visuals with pictures, with candles and flags and gay LGBT memorabilia, and it was just so great to see the whole world come together.
Right.
And I think that in this it literally has been for 48 hours. I mean, I think that we should be focusing on more of being supportive instead of trying to criticize people.
Right. Now, I went to an Ariana Grande concert, and now I'm walking side to side. Can you get... That's unbelievable. Can you believe that? You want to laugh right now, but you're not.
I don't know what you said.
I went to an Ariana Grande concert, and now I'm walking side to side. Unbelievable. Sick. People are sick.
I mean, I can make a horrible joke, but I'm not going to because then I'll be within that 5%, and then everybody's going to think
That's
I'm
the
an
horrible
asshole.
joke. What horrible joke are you going to make on top of the horrible joke?
I mean, I'm not going to say it's horrible.
You're laughing. Because
it's not a funny situation.
That's why you're laughing over there. You just can't take it anymore. Speaking of funny situations, well, that wasn't a funny situation, but speaking of situations that are funny as opposed to not funny, Japan, leave it to the Japanese, they have a 24-year-old, 3-foot tall porn star who his typical role is he's a kid and he bangs adults. We'll read here. 3-foot Japanese porn star who capitalizes on looking like a child in X-rated films is actually a 24-year-old computer programmer. Kohi Nishi, who has an incurable disease called mucopolysaccharidosis, blah, 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 earns a living having sex with women.
Mucopolysaccharidosis.
Thank you. Who earns a living by having sex with women who look old enough to be his mother. He struggles to stand for longer than 5 minutes because of his condition.
But something else can stand longer than 5 minutes, apparently.
But added, that does not bother him as most of his porn shoots are in bed. Mr. Nishi was introduced to the adult film industry by his drinking buddy, porn mogul Gunari Takahashi, and helps to prevent children from being sexually abused through his work.
Wait, so you're advertising somebody playing the role of a child in a porno, but your main goal is to say that child pornography is wrong.
The former computer programmer joins the likes of Bridget the Midget, Minnie Maya, Lady Gangsta, and they carving out a niche for little people in porn. But no, you make a good point. It's like, we're going to, it's like sponsoring an AA rally at a bar. Like, we're going to prevent people from drinking, from bringing, I don't know. Maybe this way it prevents children from getting put in those situations.
That makes no sense. Nobody's going to learn from that.
I think it's because if they're saying like little people can come into porn and give that pedophilia fucking craving fixed legally, then that's how they're gonna do it. It's all weird because anybody who's looking at that and you're like, oh yeah, that's hot.
I'm just thinking
your tiny body and his big, like that's obviously a form of pedophilia.
No, that's a form of positive reinforcement. The people who are watching that are going to say, oh, okay, this is stimulating my brain to say, oh, it's okay that I like thinking that kids are having porn.
Right.
And then they're going to continue to want to go find more and more kid porn.
But I mean, I think honestly it's probably like a kid fantasy. Like if a kid who's like a little kid gets to bang like a hot teacher or something. I think maybe that's more of the fulfillment they're going for. Because I mean, what 13-year-old kid, didn't dream about, something with a teacher or something like this or that and the other thing.
There's a song House for Teacher?
Yeah, it's Hot for Teacher. It's a Van Halen song. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't care. Like, it's not hurting anybody. I mean, he wants to be in porn. Like,
oh my god, he does look like a child.
And he looks like a little kid. Like, he really looks like a little kid.
But I have a lot of questions.
What's your question?
I mean, there are stereotypes about, Asian descendants.
So you're thinking a 3-foot Asian guy, like how what's he bringing to the table?
Exactly. That's what
Probably not much. I mean, probably not a whole lot.
I mean, there's already the stereotype, and now you're.
But if he's in porn, like it's got to be like doable.
I guarantee you, he's been the guy that has said, "Don't worry about it, baby. Big things come in small packages."
Could be whatever that is in Japanese. But no, I mean, you guys have seen porn with a midget in it or so, right?
I have never seen porn.
Really?
With a midget. No.
I have.
I don't think midget's the proper term.
So you've never seen like two guys who are midgets who are just like at like a Santa's elf factory, and they're like, "Man, we're working overtime." And then like Santa calls
That
them
seriously
in.
sounds like a Cards Against Humanity
And then like
answer.
Santa calls them in. He's like, "You two have been bad elves." And then they kind of have to be naughty. I don't know. If it hasn't been done, I'm gonna make that happen.
Do you think if they're naughty, they'll be placed on the good list?
No, they're gonna be naughty, and they're gonna instead of a lump of coal, they're gonna get a lump
Of
something else. I'm sure. So we're gonna stay sexual. A black man successfully had a penis transplant, but the penis was white.
I feel sorry for him.
Surgeons have revealed the man who receives the world's this is the third time they've done it. Successful penis
On
transplant.
the same guy or a different guy?
It's a different guy.
Okay.
It's a black guy who had a white penis. He's a 40-year-old patient. Will have to undergo extensive medical tattooing later this year to color correct the penis he received. Daily Mail reported successful surgery yesterday. The race of the patient has just been revealed. Tattooing procedure that would hurt.
It would hurt like hell.
Tattooing?
But you have to ask yourself, I mean, this is a penis transplant, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm kind of in the medical field.
kind of.
Kind of.
So, I'm just thinking...
I'll just stand in the kitchen more and make
I'm
comments.
sorry. I'm making macaroons. Okay,
Okay.
to all the listeners, I'm making my first batch of macaroons, and I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah.
They're going to be fantastic, and Garrett doesn't get any of them.
So,
Fine.
transplanting something, there's usually some deficits.
Yes.
And my questions are, like, how are the nerve endings within that transplant? Like, maybe he doesn't even feel anything. Maybe he got a penis transplant, but he still has to have a penis pump where he, like, pumps his testicle to make his penis hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might have to do a lot of other prosthetic things because...
Well, let me answer a few of those questions. The patient, who is unnamed for ethical reasons, lost his penis due to complications from a traditional circumcision. What 40-year-old man gets a circumcision?
I think maybe he had a circumcision when he was younger and he was living with a penis.
That for 40 years it didn't work?
Possibly.
No way.
No, it's not that it didn't work. Just like he might have gotten an infection or... But, I mean, we've done circumcisions on 18-year-olds at our hospital.
That's ridiculous.
I feel sorry for the kids.
I would never do it on a kid. No. Like, if you're old enough and you want one, sure. Like, I would never forcefully do it
And
on a kid, though.
I do have to say, like, usually when the kids come and they're a little older, like in their teens, they're the ones requesting it to be done.
Right.
Or it's a medical reason, like they get recurrent urinary tract infections or something health related is happening. But if it's cosmetic, like most of them are, because by the way, people out there, circumcisions are cosmetic unless it's causing drastic health concerns, and going under general anesthesia when your kid is under 2 years old is a huge risk.
Because, newsflash, I had one.
Yeah, but when we have them, Garrett, they just give us a little local anesthesia, they do a penile block, and they put a clamp over your
But I mean, I didn't ask for it. Who knows if I wanted it? I remember the first time I knew, I thought it was normal. I thought, oh, that's the way it's supposed to look. And then I'm in like second grade, I'm taking a pee, and of course you're always going to peek, and the guy next to me wasn't circumcised. I'm like, why is his dick look like an anteater's nose? And I was like, that looks weird. And then I found out eventually he wasn't circumcised, and I was. I feel slighted. I don't know. They say some people...
Do you feel like you lose stimulation?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no reference. All I know is what I know.
Well, how's it going?
It's going good. From everything that I've done. I mean, but like, I don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll never know the difference.
So if you had the
How about this?
If you had the choice to go back in time and not knowing what it feels like to have a circumcised penis, would you choose to have a circumcised or an uncircumcised
Probably
penis?
uncircumcised.
I would also choose uncircumcised.
Really?
I think
I
so.
would choose circumcised.
Maybe
I like
it's
the way- I
more
like the way it
appealing,
looks.
but I think there's more you can do. Like, there's more like skin to mess around with, and
I think it's a lot more stimulating.
Mm.
And if you have good hygiene practices, it's not an issue.
yeah, you get smegma if you don't.
Schmag.
Schmagma. You get dick cheese.
Dick cheese.
Anyway, to answer your question, Finally, on April 24th this year, his organ was destroyed. He was able to have erections.
But can he feel it?
I don't know. Within the next 6 months, he'll be able to have sex and urinate on his own.
And can he feel the erection without Viagra
Nobody
or
knows.
Cialis?
I mean, I'm sure that's yet to be seen, yet to be felt.
These are the important questions.
All right.
I feel like half of America that's 40 is either obese, has hypertension, which already puts them at risk for erectile dysfunction.
Could be.
So I feel like he's taking Viagra or Cialis to get him hard.
So this is my question to both of you. Let's say you need a penis transplant, okay? They're going to say, we have an Asian man willing, or you're going to have to choose one of your own fingers to use.
A finger?
What? That doesn't even work.
They've
that
done
way.
it. They've done it with a finger.
No, they have not.
I swear they've done it with a finger.
Well, you definitely
I
can't feel shit with that
choose
then.
to believe not.
They've done it with a finger. I'll look.
Done
I'm
it
gonna.
with a finger.
I'll look it up.
Are you literally looking at pictures of finger penis?
No, I saw it on TV.
That'd be like a finger jabbing you.
That's like when you unzip your pants and you put your hands on your pants and you're
there's
like, look at my penis, and it's just your index finger.
And then you're like, can you just trim the nail, please?
Sure, just one. I just want a manicure.
Just
one nail.
one.
Man loses penis to cancer. Doctors amputate middle finger to fix it.
Why has it got to be the middle finger?
That's
They
a
picked the longest
small
finger.
All right, so answer my question.
I would choose.
You choosing the Asian guys?
Yeah.
You know what? You don't know what it looks like,
Who cares?
or you're choosing one of your own fingers to put down there.
I'm choosing the Asian dick.
So what if it's a sausage doggy, a little teeny weeny,
Hey, you know
dreamy
what?
dreamy?
Better than an index finger.
Thicker.
Really?
Absolutely.
Thicker than a finger by any means.
What about your
And
thumb?
I've never heard a girl complain about
That's
laying.
just like an enlarged clitoris. Like, that's not okay.
Okay.
What if it's a double finger?
No.
Okay. Alright, good one.
I was not expecting that response. I thought you guys were going to choose one of your own fingers.
Why would we choose a finger over a penis?
Well, you
I'm
can
not a
like update.
lesbian.
You can take the nail off. You do all that.
Listen,
No.
lesbians
and then your
and
fingers
gays
start
are
feeling
not
all
the same
shriveled and go-
thing.
No, and there's bones in your finger.
Take the bones
Right.
out.
But then
And
it's
your
just
fingers,
It's like a boneless wing. They can
and
do
your
that.
fingernail will be growing the whole time.
No, they can
Yeah,
change it. They'll
the
do
cells
that.
in
No,
your
they'll
fingers
They'll chop it
produce
off.
it.
They'll chop it off.
The
Well, then
cells in
you're shortening your
finger.
finger.
That's gross.
I mean,
So
Am I
you-
right?
So you guys are choosing the Asian guy.
Am I right? The cells in your fingernail will always produce a nail.
yeah, those cells are programmed to produce the same thing.
So
all the
I
time.
don't want.
you
I
could,
don't
like,
want
bleach 'em
an
out.
acrylic on my dick.
What if you could like paint
Could you
it though?
imagine like opening your zipper and be like, ooh,
Oh, bro, I just got my nail did. Look at it.
It looks
what
like it looks like a shooting star.
It's Christmas time. It's a snowman.
You did a French manicure, I see. I thought the French
new
were
thing.
uncircumcised.
It sounds like you want to do it now.
I kind of now I'm interested. Can I revoke my answer?
All right.
Let's talk about it.
So, when's the last time you guys went to Wendy's to eat anything?
Years.
It has not been years, bitch. You were there like 2 weeks ago getting a large French
It
fry.
was not 2 weeks ago. It was like months ago. Before
All right.
I started my low carb diet that I gave up in Key West.
A woman who wanted fresh French fries is behind bars after she allegedly sprayed mace at fast food employees.
True.
So she goes in there, she's in the drive-thru. She wants fresh French fries. Apparently they're not fresh. Things get heated. Someone threw like a drink at her, and then she got mace, sprayed the manager in the face, hit 2 other people with the mace in the drive-thru. What's your craziest fast food drive-thru story, if you have one that's even close to that?
Oh, I mean, I don't have a drive-through story. But I
drive-thru story.
I don't have a crazy drive-through story. But I think I do remember one time seeing a video. Was it a police officer or just like a person in a car at a Wendy's drive-thru, and they wanted chicken McNuggets, and they're like, sorry, we don't have the chicken nuggets or something. And they like pulled out a gun on this drive-thru person and went completely ballistic.
Wow. I pulled up to a McDonald's late at night, and they told me they weren't open. And I yelled at the drive-thru. And I sped off.
What did
like,
you say?
Well, it was a McDonald's, and they're like, sorry, sir, we just closed. I was like, what do you mean you just closed?
What? This must have been at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
And then,
You were drunk.
I'm not going to confirm or deny any of that. So I'm there, and I said, they're like, sorry, sir, we're closed. I'm like, what do you mean you're closed? Yeah, you can go to the one on Colonial. That's open. I'm like, I don't want to go to the one on Colonial. Look, we're sorry, sir, we're closed. You can go here. And I go, I don't care. I screamed, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And then I just sped off. It was like, off into the distance.
Those poor McDonald's workers.
I know. I felt kind of bad.
I
about
mean,
it
I actually, now that you say that, I do remember one time I was in a drive-thru. It was 4 of us in a car. We had gone out. We did have a DD, so we were safe. But the DD was a little like clueless a little bit. So he was driving.
Jeff?
I was gonna say, is it Jeff?
No, that's so rude. What if Jeff listens to that?
I'm sure Jeff's a huge fan of the CogCast.
We love Jeff.
We do love Jeff. He's my favorite guy.
But we were in this drive-thru, and somebody in the back seat that was sitting next to me felt like they were going to get sick, so they opened the door. And this is all happening while we're ordering the food. So they open a door, and they stick their head out the door like they're about to puke. And then the person driving speeds around the corner of the drive-thru as the doors open, and the door shut on the person's head.
No way.
I mean, not like super crazy or hard or anything, but I just thought it was funny that, like, that person could have, they're drunk, they could have easily just rolled out the door.
Yeah.
Was this Bo?
Yes, Bo was.
This sounded like a story you told me.
Well, Bo was driving the car.
Speaking of crazy, gas station nachos linked to outbreak, left a man dead and a woman paralyzed. This one's for Domino because he loves gas station nachos.
I really did.
No, because no one can hear you, so it's good. Good that you're commenting
Making
on
my
that.
macaroons.
Gas station nacho cheese linked to botulism outbreak in California that sickened at least 10 people and killed one of them. California Department of Health said on Monday. How desperate are you where you get gas station nachos?
So
How desperate are you that you're at a McDonald's at 4 in the morning yelling at the drive-thru?
I think that's not as desperate as eating gas station nachos.
Pause. Let me come back for my macaroons.
Right, come back,
to
macaroon.
help this, because gas station nachos are really fucking good.
Okay.
They're really good,
It's like-
especially if you. Oh my god, bitch! Especially if you've been drinking.
You have some
White
sort
stuff
of white,
all over his
white
chin.
It's
subs-
macaroons.
white
It makes
substance.
Yeah, it's macaroons.
It's macaroons. I swear.
But I mean, I feel like gas station nachos are kind of like going to El Taco Rancho or
Probably.
El Rancho
It's all
Taco
fake cheese,
here
but the
in
fake cheese is
Orlando.
like half plastic. It's one ingredient
They leave the
away.
plastic top on while they heat it, so it makes it thicker.
No,
when they
if
spin
you
it
look
around.
if you look it up, the chemical makeup of gas station cheese is one chemical away from being certified plastic that we use in Ziploc containers.
I feel like that's a
One-
lot of things. I feel like
It's one chemical away.
yeah.
Just like we're like one chemical away from being chimps.
You are a chimp.
Ooh, ah.
Oh,
Anyway, when
No,
me and Domino lived together, he would wake me up in the middle of the night. God.
No, I would not.
He would just have sweat all over his face. He'd be like, God. I'm like, what's up? Take me to Circle K. I want to get nachos. I'm like,
God,
dude,
really?
it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. He goes, I don't care.
I've never been to a Circle K
And
in
then
my
he
life.
got under my sheets
You're
and
a
started
liar.
just blowing like on my body. He goes,
Oh, like raspberry?
yeah. And I was like, okay, we'll go. He goes, thank God. And then we got in the car, and then you know how you can like ladle it? He goes, Garrett, watch the gas station guy distract him. I'm like, why?
Oh, you
He
can
takes
make,
the ladle.
make your own nachos?
He takes the
push
ladle and pours it into his mouth.
You did
And it got all
not.
over his face.
It's a Garrett.
And then the guy at the Circle K was, what's all that over your face? He goes, don't worry about it.
Why do I sound like Batman?
I was just gonna say you sound like Batman.
Thanks, Garrett. You make my life more colorful than it is.
It's a true story.
Don't worry about it.
True story. True story.
But anyway, like getting killed from nacho cheese from poisoning, because botulism is poisoning.
It's Botox.
Yeah. So it's getting poisoned.
Botulism.
Is that going to stop you from getting nachos?
Me?
Well, I mean, I don't get nachos from the gas station anyway.
I would rather just get plastic surgery than die.
But I feel like getting nachos from Taco Bell are kind of like getting nachos.
It's pretty close. I mean, it can't be that far off from the gas station cheese.
But what was causing the botulism? The cheese?
Just the cheese. Something about the cheese. Contaminated cheese sauce.
But where was it? How was it contaminated? From the factory? Or
Probably.
from that one gas station?
All it says is contaminated cheese sauce came from a gas station known as Valley Oak Food and Fuel. Food and Fuel. Always a good combo. Walnut Grove. Sacramento. Drizzled the cheese on nachos during a stop in her commute. Felt sick within hours, eventually landing in a hospital, unable to... So, like, that's the chick who got paralyzed. Martin Galladino. And then I think he's the one who died.
Or more.
Wow.
Oh, there's a GoFundMe page if you want to donate.
Yeah, GoFundMe. Valley Oak Food temporarily lost its food and drink permit earlier this month. Then how are they still selling nachos?
Illegal. That's California, right?
Sacramento, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot
Southern,
of...
like way
I
southern
feel like there's a lot
California.
of illegal things going on in California.
Foodborne botulism is an uncommon but serious sporadic illness, the department noted, stemming from odorless and colorless toxins found in food not properly processed or stored, most associated with food canned at home, not sold in a store, and a significant dose can lead to death. Treated with antitoxin.
Listen, I mean, I feel like unless you make the food yourself, you're never going to be completely safe or know exactly what you're eating.
Right.
That's the only way. And even so, you still don't know because you assume that the food that you're buying is clean or you wash it or organic or whatever you choose to buy, but you still don't even know. On top of that, I knew somebody who worked in New York and he worked for it was like an ice cream something, like some sort of ice cream shops or something.
Yeah.
But apparently this one place had an ice cream shop, but it was kind of combined with like this shop that sold a lot of like kosher items.
Okay.
For
Jewish place.
But you know the Jewish people with like the little curlies that come down by the hair.
Hasidic Jews?
Orthodox?
Hasidic
Orthodox Jews.
It's gonna get loud.
Now let's just keep making more noise.
We'll just,
I mean, seriously, I'm in the middle of a great
Just
story.
make more noise.
Literally in the middle of a great story.
Nope, I'm not editing any of that. I'm not editing any of this.
You know what? Both of you can suck my dick.
Let's just eat more cookies there. That's
Who's gonna share?
yeah.
So, anyways, the story goes like,
Anyway.
and even there are like restaurants as well. But I'll finish the one story. Like the health inspectors in New York, they're corrupt. I mean, you pay them off and they'll give you a pass.
Yeah.
That's basically how it goes. And this one person that would come in there and he would bless the restaurant to make sure it was kosher every month. They would just give him money and he would bless the restaurant, air quotes, and they don't like you. It's not real.
Right.
And
It's not real.
It's not real.
To them, Aaron.
well, it's real to the people who think they're eating something. So I guess if you believe what you're eating is going to be kosher, you go ahead and keep believing. But I mean, it's really not if it's according to that religion, which I don't follow, so I'm not completely aware of. But anyways, and then there's other restaurants that you're supposed to have so many exits, and there's one that you walk in the front door, and then there's a courtyard in the middle of the building, and safety laws state now that you have to have an exit from like a courtyard or so many exits. Well, this place doesn't because it's an old school New York place. But instead of the restaurant paying the money to create another exit, they just keep paying off the health inspector or the fire inspector that comes and inspects the restaurant.
Cash plays. Cash plays.
It's like Cash Cab. Do you remember that show, Cash Cab?
Cash Cab was a great show.
You would like get in it and all the lights would go on. And he's always in the minivan. Like when I was in New York, I was like, please be a minivan. Please be a minivan.
And those questions were attainable too. There was like one or two that was like off the
Yeah.
wall, but like most of them you could probably answer. They're bringing it back apparently, but it's gonna be like a bunch of different hosts. It's not gonna be Ben Bailey.
Ben Bailey was pretty good. I liked him.
He was the only reason I watched Cash Cab. Not the only reason, but
The only reason?
speaking of the only reason, a Reddit thread is getting a little popularity. It's about what people do on their bachelor parties, like the craziest thing that they've seen. I'm going to read a few of them. Went to a friend's bachelor party as a DD. Everyone was very drunk. Groom decided to have sex with the best man in the middle of a public parking lot.
What?
This was when he realized he liked men. Needless to say, his wife still doesn't know he likes to have sex with men.
Well, why? If he had the realization that he liked having sex with men, why did he get married?
Probably to keep face. I don't know. Maybe it was
I mean, okay, so I've been through life before.
Mm-hmm.
However, and people do things that they might not necessarily mean to do, or like they realize later that, okay, this isn't me, and I
Right.
get that. But he obviously realized before he got married.
They said that was the moment.
Before he was married. He was at the
Bachelor
party.
party, but I mean that's like a week before the wedding.
Who cares? Cancel it.
Wow.
You want to live your life with a woman who you're unhappy with, knowing that you have better sex with men the whole life? You're going to get divorced later anyways. Save the money. Save the money. Be true to yourself.
Well, don't you pay all that up front, so you can't cancel it, right?
You usually pay most of it up front, but you can still save the final bill.
Right.
You can save the headache of trying to create a family and having kids and ruining kids' lives because you get a divorce.
That's true.
And then, or the cost of a divorce is very expensive as well. And then he has to pay half the money to the woman that he's marrying that he never
This
had
guy
to do
should have talked to
before.
you. He obviously
I
did
mean,
not.
I've been through things in my life. I'm not saying that everybody's perfect, and I learn now, but I think I'm just so straightforward and blunt. Like, you just need to be true to yourself.
Very
you
true.
really do.
All right, another one is this person who posted this is Josh Nipples, so I don't know how true it could be.
Furry nipple?
I worked in a photo lab. Normally, this was a long time ago.
This sounds already like a creeper status.
You ever see 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams?
Oh, that movie?
No.
Creepy movie.
That movie to this day haunts me because it was the first movie I ever saw with Robin Williams as a serious role.
I know.
And that was like the worst
Oh
thing
wait,
to
didn't
watch.
he like
him
end
as.
up with a gun or something?
He made people have sex, and he took pictures of it.
Well, because, like, spoiler alert, but, like, the person was having an affair, and so he works at, like, Walgreens, and you would get your cameras developed. This is before camera phones.
Right.
And he saw all of this happening, and he was in love with this woman. So one day when they were having the affair, he goes into the room with a gun, and is like, keep fucking her! Keep fucking her! And, like, makes him do it. And I'm like, Robin Williams, no. And he had that, like,
With
gross blonde hair. I'm like, what is going on? This is too much. I just saw you in, like, fucking...
You were just in Mrs.
Where's
Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire? Like, what
No,
are
it
you
was
doing?
great. Anyway, so the story continues. I worked in a photo lab. Normally it was cats and houses in the pics. But then a woman dropping off a few rolls of film was acting oddly. This is usually a clear sign that the pictures were going to be interesting. It was a bachelorette party. Normal stuff at first. The women were all fairly pretty. Then a safari-themed stripper was being featured. The pictures show most of the women at the party blowing the stripper.
Oh my god.
Then the stripper got the bride practically naked in a circle of them and dry humped her in several ways, rubbing his junk all over her. Then the pics were in a bedroom. The bride and another girl had sex with the stripper. My guess was they were alternating who was taking pictures. The last photo was a C shot on what looked like to be the engagement ring. It was troubling to be... Well, they said the real thing. I'm not saying it, but I refuse to say it.
Come.
Shot.
That's spelled C-O-M-E.
I said C shot. The letter C.
I just said come.
Okay, I said shot.
Alright.
On what looked like to be the engagement ring. It was troubling to say the least. Could you imagine back then taking photos and having to... I mean, my parents did that. Nowadays, you can take
Your
pictures...
parents did that?
Yeah. Like
Your parents reenacted what the scenario that you just said.
Don't. Mary's listening.
My parents
Like,
took...
Sorry, Mary.
They took pictures to a photo booth to get developed. Remember that?
I mean, we still do. We have 2 disposable cameras that are...
But I mean, how
we
often...
did
But
that
who
at,
does
like-
that nowadays, though? Nobody.
Apparently we do that.
Nostalgia,
When
we
we-
were like,
I mean, when we go on vacation, we take a disposable... We buy it
But
'cause it's
cameras
like,
on the go, you wouldn't do that because everyone has a camera on their phone. It's all digital.
I
yeah,
seriously...
for shit like that, I don't think anybody would
I mean, I bought this camera and I asked like the woman at the counter. She was very sweet. I was like, "Do you have disposable cameras?" And she literally just pointed down. It was right in front of me. And then I picked one up and I give it to her to cash out. And by the way, I was actually impressed that a waterproof camera with 36 exposure, 35 millimeter was only like $8.
Well, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. So then I buy it and I was like, "Hey, flashback to the 90s, right?" And she like
get out of my store.
barely gave me a smirk. I'm like, "Okay, bye."
She must have been having a rough day.
Yeah, well, I think anybody
It was
who
Key West, so
works
it
in
was
Key
probably
West
like-
has a rough day.
She was like, "You
If-
guys are drunk."
I wasn't drunk. It was
No,
like,
but it was Key West, so she was probably assuming.
oh well.
Okay. I'm making macaroons.
Yes, you're not involved.
Another one. I have a friend that is a male stripper. He convinced me that it's a great way to make quite a bit of side money on the weekends. And he almost had me convinced until he told me this. Apparently, bachelorette parties almost always devolve into everyone getting pissed drunk and getting way too handsy. He says he's been propositioned for sex by the bride-to-be on many occasions. His theory is that type of women that will hire a couple male strippers is the type of women that will F them and then walk down the aisle to their future husband the very next day. That's also why he says he will never get married. I want no part of that regardless of how good the money is. If you were propositioned to be a male stripper for a bachelorette party, would you do it?
Yeah,
I would be a stripper. I want to have sex with anybody.
right.
What if the price was right?
No, absolutely.
$1 million.
I've been cheated on before.
$1 million on the table. And he says you call Domino. You ask him if it's okay.
Call me.
What?
You better call me.
What if
I mean,
Eric calls you and says,
If
hey,
Domino is
If I
there,
could be there.
if Domino is there, and it is something that is agreed upon all parties,
$1 million.
and I was comfortable, and I thought it was an okay thing,
$1 million
I would
cash
consider
after
it.
taxes?
But it's not a definite yes.
So what if Domino's not there and you gotta call him?
No.
No?
No.
Domino?
After taxes, $1 million?
After taxes, bitch. What's the lump sum? What does that come out
Million.
How soon do I get
$1 million check.
What are we talking?
$1
Cash?
million check.
to? Is this tax
I
deductible?
want cash.
I don't know. You tell
I guess
me.
it's a business expense, right?
It's a business
I
expense.
want cash, bitch. I feel like if Eric was like, "Honey, this is what happened," and we had the cash there, and he was like, "This is why I did it. It never happened again. I got it on video, so we could take the guy to court if we needed to."
There's a lot of
Yeah,
stipulations.
that's fine.
Do you know the person? Do you not know the person? Will you ever see them again? Will you not see them again? Like, I don't need to
Yeah.
have any sort of relationship with this person. Like, there's a lot of
There's
questions.
a lot. I feel like that's weird though.
And it's a
'Cause
situation.
It's probably gonna be like some fat, creepy, gross guy.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
It's always gonna be
Absolutely
the-
not. It has to be somebody attractive.
No, it's a fat, creepy.
No.
Then
fat,
no.
creepy
No,
gross
no, 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 no.
Like,
No.
this world doesn't work that way. It's where you get like fucking Henry Cavill or Cavill, Supermans,
Or Zac Efron.
or Zac Efron, exactly. Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna read one more. My best friend got married a few months ago. He grew up a conservative Christian, the type where they had purity rings and the whole thing. We were only 20, so I think he was just sick of not being able to bone his girlfriend. That's why they did it. Anyway, they decided a destination wedding, and the 10 of us went to the Caribbean for a few days to some all-inclusive spring break. I don't know. On her dad paid for them all to go to the Caribbean. They got married on Sunday. We decided to do separate bachelorette parties Friday. Basically, we're all shit-faced when we lose the groom in some club. He was talking to a group of girls about our single buddies who clearly wanted to F, and then nothing. No one can see him. Me and my boyfriend were over the whole thing honestly and decided to be those assholes who leave early. We go outside and decide to find a cab. We're walking a little from the bar to ask a cab that parked if they can take us back when my boyfriend starts laughing hysterically and says, "Jesus Christ." I didn't realize his dick was that tiny. and I look over to find him getting a blowjob from the girl he was talking to in an alley. She was just going to town. I don't think anyone but himself had ever touched his dick. I'm telling you this. I'm not marrying anybody unless we've gone the distance.
I agree with that.
There's
I'm going the distance.
But I mean, that's a huge part of, like,
Yeah.
and you've never done that before. Like, what if you
You
don't
have to at
like,
least see it.
yeah.
Even if you don't actually do anything, you have to at least see it.
You have to at least,
And see it erect. That's very important.
Well, honey, we've never done anything.
Oh, that's right. We're so pure.
We're pure.
But you still haven't given me my purity ring.
It's a cock ring, actually. Sorry.
no. Yeah, no one can hear what you're saying still, but it's okay. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm
Go talk from
Keep
the other.
talking.
Go talk from the kitchen.
Keep
over there.
talking from the kitchen.
I can't help it. I'm a housewife.
It's great commentary.
I agree with you. Like, and that's crazy. Like, such like. I'm not going to say backwards way of thinking because, there's nothing wrong with that way of thinking, but you have to at least have an idea. I mean, come on.
It's not like, I don't know.
It's old school.
It is old school, but
time is moving. Time is moving.
you
and a lot
gotta move with
and
time.
a lot of people are not willing to move with time.
No.
That's all there is to it.
Because, I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. Like, it could be great, but what if it's bad? What if there's no,
I mean, well, last November they got about 10 years added on. Maybe like 30 years added on. So, like 30 years backwards.
And this girl doesn't know this guy is, packing
Nobody got
a
my
tweezer.
joke. Nobody gets my joke.
What was your joke?
Last November, time went back 30 years.
I don't get it.
That's because it went back 50 years.
What do you mean it went back 50 years?
Trump, Garrett. Trump.
Oh, because of Trump?
Jesus.
For an old man laugh. For an old man joke. Anyway, we're going to end the night with a...
horrible joke.
No. African big game killer gets killed while hunting big game in Africa. I love it.
I mean, did the tiger hunt him?
It was an elephant. This guy's name was Thenius Botha. He was 51. He died in Zimbabwe. And he was apparently trampled by a herd of elephants. Good for him.
Yes, absolutely.
I hate big game hunters. I don't mind regular hunters who eat what they kill.
There's no need for them to kill an innocent animal that they're not going to eat.
Like, if you're not going to eat it or use it in any typical any way, I'm against that. Like, I think that's just kind of messed up. But I think it's poetry that he got ran over by. And I don't like people to get killed, but you deserve that. If you swat the hornet's nest, you're going to get stung. You deserve to get stung. You know, you already ate off of it. I can't get my own.
It's a half of one.
It's a half of one. Because he ate 3 of them.
Can I get a full one?
It's a pretty good macaroon.
I want a macaroon.
Oh, now you guys want my macaroons.
Well, I mean, you spent the whole podcast in
I spent the whole podcast in the kitchen screaming, and I'm going to have to update the audio so we can kind of hear what you're saying.
Hey, I'm going to give you some skills.
Oh, yeah, well. You know what? I wanted to bring up the story.
Which story?
The Hulk Hogan story.
No, I don't think so.
I love the Hulk Hogan story. If you don't want to tell it, you don't have to tell it.
I don't think it's ever going to be the same as the initial podcast that never was.
It was a good story.
The initial podcast that was never aired, by the way. I was the first guest.
Why don't we just try it? If it's not good, we can just cut it out.
Go ahead.
So, you were the maitre d' at a hotel that's very prominent in Orlando.
I was.
The Gaylord.
It was called Celebrity Services Concierge.
CSS. No, CSC.
It doesn't matter.
Celebrity Service Concierge. CSC.
Yes.
So, multiple celebrities, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez,
Maybe.
Ricky Martin, they all came here, but there's one celebrity
that Garrett's infatuated
that
with.
stood among them all, and it was Hulk Hogan. So tell us the story. What happened?
No, I mean, my job is very white collar. It was setting up.
Why gotta be white?
It was setting up. Nobody can hear you out there. Sorry, buddy.
Domino said, "Why is it
Setting up like transfers from the airport to the hotel. I would go and meet them. He was actually really cool. But I think what you're trying to think of is like Billy Ray Cyrus.
No,
It was a Hulk Hogan story?
it was the Hulk Hogan story because you told me.
Oh yeah, Brooke Hogan was there.
Brooke
oh my
Hogan
god. And her brother. Oh my god.
So Brooke Hogan at this time was a successful
Well,
artist.
she was up and coming. Like that was like when she like before her music came
Seems
out.
successful.
Before she had Brooke Knows Best. It was like probably a year to two before Brooke Knows Best. And they were basically, I think there was like a fashion kind of show or some sort of scouting show at the hotel where they were.
So they come to your hotel.
Yes.
And Brooke. So who did
He's a big guy.
Who did all the talking?
His wife, I think. Right?
Really? Hulk didn't do any of the talking?
Well, I mean, I didn't see him that much, actually. Like, it was basically his wife, and I dealt with his wife a lot. Brooke was there. I showed him their rooms. I remember when they checked out, Brooke must have had this skirt or something. And, I mean, she's a very beautiful woman. But she's tall. Like, she's a tall girl, right? Mm-hmm. She had this skirt that was on the bed, and it was like... it was like this. At least the zipper was broken, and that's why she left it on the bed. Apparently, I don't know, but
so you went through her dirty underwear?
No, it was a skirt that she left on the bed. It was a clean skirt with a tag still on it with the zipper broken.
So don't think that Eric sniffed her dirty underwear because that's not what happened.
This is not the story that happened the first.
So this is the story I heard when he told me the first time. So he's sitting there, normal day. The family walks in. Hulk Hogan has his Hulkamania headband on.
He always wears a headband. And he had a handlebar mustache.
And then he walks up and he goes, "I got a question for you, brother."
He goes, "Hey, brother.
Hey, brother, I got a question for you." He rips off his shirt and it says, "I need a room" on his shirt.
It's a yellow tank top.
It said, "I need a room." And then you accommodated him. You said, "Okay, Hulk, what do you need? I got you." And that's how it went down. And then didn't the brother leave his car like double parked?
So that's really the most interaction with the family. I mean, I met them at the front. They went to the main. I think if I remember correctly, they went to the main desk to check in, and I was like, "No, you come with me. I will show you to your room. Ooh. I got your keys. I got everything ready." So I took them up to the room.
Chill.
And I gave them the room, and it was fine.
Did you network while you're up there? Like, "Hey, I'm Eric. I do this, I do that."
If I had that job right now, I feel like I would network a little bit more. I'd be a little bit more personable. I know a lot more about Orlando. I think when I had that job, I was a little bit young. I was a little bit immature in that industry and didn't know Orlando really well. I think I would be a great concierge now. Yeah. But back then, I was probably a pretty shitty one, but I mean, I made it work. But
fine.
And I met a lot of people. I met Bill Cosby,
Bill Cosby, and
Billy Ray Cyrus.
I'm sure you don't remember a lot from the Bill Cosby.
Right. Yeah.
I do remember him not wanting me to take care of him. And a Hispanic girl.
He wanted a Hispanic girl.
Uh-huh. I don't want the tall white man.
No, he wanted the ethnic girl taking care of him.
Of course.
So, but yeah, I took care of them. But I remember his son was there with them. They were staying at the hotel, and he would park his car in the driveway. But it would be like in one of the, the front drive of that hotel is like 5 or 6 lanes wide at the front lobby. So he had his car basically parked up on like the lawn of the, I don't know what you would call it, the front lobby area. I had to go up there and ask him to move his car.
So what'd you do? So you knock on the door. You go,
I knocked on the door. I was like, "Hey,
excuse me,
we need you to move your car." I mean, it was basically like so plain Jane. Like, I need you to come down and move your car. He's like, "Oh, okay. Let me go get my keys."
And did he offer you like a line of Coke while he was up there?
He did not. But his car was that car that had like the seatbelts like came over the shoulders and everything. It was a sports car.
Like a sporty car? Yeah.
Do you not remember
Ferrari
his
or
son
something like that?
like a couple of years later getting in a huge he was
Theo Huxtable?
No, we're talking about Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
Bill Cosby's face.
I think Theo Huxtable is not Bill Cosby's son.
Bill Cosby's fake kid got in the accident. So you're not going to go and say...
he was
I
like,
remember that
what's
episode.
his name?
he was like racing.
No, I do remember.
Was it
that,
Blake?
yeah.
I don't remember his
Blake.
name.
So
I
No,
honestly don't remember.
they were all in that show, Hogan Knows Best.
Yeah.
And they were all in it together, and he was always
Yeah.
he did get into legal trouble with the son. I remember that.
Yeah, but he was like racing down that causeway towards Clearwater. You know
Yeah,
that like
yeah,
bridge that
yes.
you can drive over?
Didn't he kill someone?
I think, yeah. I don't know if the guy died, but there was a huge major accident
Nick
with him.
Hogan.
Nick Hogan, yeah.
So you're not going to go, Nick, I need you, can you move your car?
Yeah, and
And he goes,
Yeah.
you know, man, you go to hell.
No, he did not. He
I wouldn't
literally
be-
was like, okay, let me get my keys. He went down there. He was very cooperative.
Very cooperative.
He was very nice.
Was he with a chick?
No, he was with like a couple guys, like friends.
Ooh, a couple guys, huh?
Oh,
No,
last weekend.
a couple
Last
guys.
It wasn't like that.
The plot thickens, if you know what I mean.
But
So-
I have another
Hi,
story. I took
Nick.
care of Billy Ray Cyrus and his wife, and their son, or their daughter, Miley.
Maybe she wanted to be a son at the time.
Was it Miley or was it the?
It was
other-
Miley. She was
Miley.
there.
Oh, the other Cyrus.
But
Miley
when,
Cyrus,
but
yeah.
when Billy Ray and his wife, and I feel so horrible, I don't remember her name. It was a while ago. It was like
Billy Ray Cyrus's wife.
This was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, they weren't relevant back then, baby. You're fine.
This was when Miley Cyrus was a backup singer for Candace she was Candace Acula. Miley Cyrus was Hannah Montana.
Miley Cyrus, yeah.
Tish or Cindy?
I had to have been Tish.
Probably
It's
Tish.
Yeah.
this one.
Tish.
Yeah, she's the nicest.
She is.
She
so
is
pretty.
Look at her. She literally has that Facebook face, where
She
the
is
Snapchat
so-
face, where you have like the big eyes.
Yeah.
Like that's her face
She's
all the time.
gorgeous.
No, she is seriously
You
the
can like kind of
sweetest
see
woman
where
in the
like
world.
Miley comes. Oh, I forgot your computer's touchscreen. But she had like you can see where Miley gets her looks from.
Yeah,
her mom. I've never seen her mom
absolutely.
before. She's
No,
so pretty.
she is literally.
she's so
She literally
cute.
has the face of the Snapchat filter that makes you pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is so
Yeah,
super,
super
super,
pretty.
super nice, super sweet. Not that, they obviously had money. She is not that person that like flaunted it or any. Like she was super great to deal with, and she had to deal with my shit. Like I was new at that stage. Anyways, so they
That's
came.
who I am now, mom.
So they came in to check in, and we had our own private office. So I would bring them into the office, like these two wooden desks, like very old library looking type office.
Okay.
And they sat down in front of me, and I was talking to them. I told them about the hotel. Like I checked them into the room. I'm like, get their credit card, all this stuff.
Ooh, what was her credit card number?
So wait, they have like a private room
You know the
for
credit card number?
celebrities. They don't walk up to the front concierge. They go to. A
I
room?
meet them at the front drive, and I quickly walk them right into my office.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes.
I thought I was envisioning that all of the people
No.
go to the front desk.
Nope.
Oh.
So
That's cool.
super sweet, super great people to deal with. I mean, Billy Ray was busy with Miley or whatever they were doing. I think they were part of. I'm not sure what was
Probably
going on.
some.
that
If
week.
it was during down here during that time, it was some promotional shit for Disney.
Probably, yeah. And but I remember she would always call me on my cell phone.
Trish used to call me on my cell phone.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was your Halloween costume. last year.
Late
It
night
was
when I-
Halloween Bling.
So anyway, so she would ask
was-
me.
it was
I
two
remember
other
one time
people's
she
heads.
asked me
I couldn't
where
handle
she
it.
asked me where Nordstrom was, and I'm that horrible guy that did not even know where Nordstrom. And I remember I was eating, and I had to put the phone up to my chest, and I was like, "Hey guys, where's Nordstrom?" They're like, "Oh, it's at the Florida Mall." I'm like, "Okay, it's at the Florida Mall. I can arrange a transfer for you." And that's what she wanted, but she was super sweet, the sweetest lady ever, and she dealt with my shit. So, but I think now, like if I
So you were the most terrible hotel guy. Like,
probably.
if Dunstan wanted to check in, you would check in Dunstan. You'd be like,
Listen,
you're a
He was
chimpanzee.
the one who
All right,
checked
come
in.
on in. Like,
He was the one who checked in Dunstan. Good
I
job,
mean,
babe.
I was nice and I got the job done. I just thought I wish I could have been a little bit more informative, I guess.
you okay? Is this new technology for you? Domino picked up. So Domino finally decides to the table. Then he picks up the phone, looks at it.
He's like, "Oh, 54 minutes."
I have a
went by."
second batch of macaroons that I'm looking at.
You're a
my
macaroon.
macaroon. I kid you not, my macaroon business is gonna soar.
They were good. I ate one.
They're
I ate
actually
two.
they were really crispy.
Yeah.
But the cream cheese
No, yeah.
is a little like
It's not ready.
tangy.
It's not ready yet.
It's like tangy. It
Yeah.
needs to be
Yeah,
colder.
It needs to be
Yeah.
colder. It
Yeah.
needs to be sweeter. It's not ready yet.
Yeah, we were a little.
We're not there yet.
We were shotgunning the
Well, we're not
macaroni.
ready for any more. So this was episode number 13. Domino, if people want to reach you, how do they reach you?
So you can reach me via
You can reach him in his kitchen making macaroons.
at my
And
door.
speaking
If you
from
want
far away,
an order,
speaking from far away.
if you want an order of macaroons, truffles, cakes, gourmet cookies, I do it all. I do it all now. Look at me. Or you can go on my Instagram at Domino. That's DOMINYO. Or go to my webpage, dominothomas.com. Keep up with me. Catch me at Fringe.
My question: Have you gained any followers since the CogCast has come out?
I have. I've gained approximately 0.
Well, obviously,
And that's a
we know
number.
that.
That's a number.
But there's the possibility.
There's the
That's
possibility.
what you
Yeah.
gained.
I haven't lost any followers since
That's
being
good.
on your podcast. So for that, I am thankful.
It's a plus minus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're stagnant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, people want to reach you. Where do they find you? If you want them to find you, they don't have to find you.
I mean, typically I would say they can't.
Okay.
But I mean, if they really want to, I'm very selective, and I don't really go on social media too much. But it's EricC82 on Instagram.
Okay. You're gonna get hit up like mad now. People are gonna be like, I have to add.
Considering the actor has had no recent followers, and
I think you're in good shape.
the healthcare professional who usually doesn't want people to follow him.
You can email the show, DACOGCAST. You can find me on social
Whoa,
media.
that was a lot of numbers.
The CogCast.
The CogCast.
DACOGCAST at gmail.com.
The CogCast.
Or you can hit me up on both Instagram and Twitter, Garrett W. Savage. You can hit me up. You can slide me a DM if you want to talk about something.
Slide me.
Haven't been emailed, haven't been DM'd, haven't been anything. But you
Why
know
just-
what? We still getting views. We're still getting listens because
Drop 'em
people
on the- Hey.
love the CogCast.
I love the
They
Cog.
love the CogCast and they can't get enough and they're
I
just
love
afraid
it.
to admit it. So we're gonna see you again. It's my
I'm a-
birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday!
We're gonna put this out on my birthday.
Today's Garrett's birthday.
So if people can do anything for me, just listen to my CogCast.
You're a cogsucker. Happy birthday, cogsucker.
That should be my fan base, right?
Cogsuckers?
Cogsuckers.
That's a little aggressive.
I bet.
That's a little aggressive.
It's kind of
Finish the song.
Happy birthday,
Mr.
Garrett. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.